how cold is not in her.
Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're all doing great. It's nice to see you again. Happy to be speaking to you once again. How have you been, my subscribers? A big virtual hug to you all. And if you're visiting my channel for the first time, welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe, like what you see, and hit on the notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Well, today I'm going to talk about a very sensitive topic. When it comes to hair, there are so many issues around hair, and some topics about hair can be very sensitive. But I'm here to I started this channel to really share my experience, and whatever I'll be talking about would be out of experience and also maybe out of what I have read or researched on. So let's see what I'm going to share with you today. Now today I'm really going to talk about why I took notes, okay? So I'll be reading from my notebook because I don't want to miss anything out. Now I just did my wash day today, so this is my hair in some kind of chunky twists. So the hair is drying, and I thought about why not, check on my subscribers, see what they're doing, say hello to them, and share something important with them. Now today's topic is why black women are going bald, or why are we continuously seeing receding hairlines in black women, or why are black women losing their edges. Now when I talk about edges, these are edges, guys. These are the hairlines that we're talking about, the edges. These are our edges. Now I'm going to insert some pictures for you. Now these are real pictures, guys. These are pictures of colleagues, Ugandan women who are currently going through the issues of thinning edges or losing edges or becoming bald because of the things that we do to our hair. And in this, as we talk about it, I'm going to talk about braids. I'm going to talk about weaves. I'm going to talk about wigs. And I know that most of my sisters love these things, and honestly they are beautiful, very beautiful. And as long as you know how to install them, and as long as you go to install those things with the professional hairdressers, that is perfect. But unfortunately, most of us don't even, we just go to anyone to install these things on our heads, and the outcome is what you see. Some of the pictures, I'm going to share it with you, and then you see. Now, there are so many reasons for receding edges, many reasons that have been given, or medically, there is a term called alopecia. Now, alopecia is actually caused by the causes are many, very many, and some of the causes, are due to your genes, genetics, but I'm not going to talk about that area because I leave that to the medical people to talk about it. But I'm going to talk about one of the causes that also one of the reasons or what causes alopecia. And one of the reasons that causes alopecia is the fact that when your hair is pulled, okay, tight pulling, tight braiding, and in the process, because your hair is pulled so much, the hair follicles end up getting damaged. And this also means that there are chances that you're going to either become temporarily bald, or sometimes in some cases you can also become permanently bald. And most of us probably have seen it or have experienced it, especially those who wear wigs and those who wear weaves, but most notably those who wear braids. Now, every time you braid your hair, most of you may have actually noticed that, you know, the edges, because these hairdressers want to have everything, every small piece, even the tiniest bit of your hair, they want to pick it up so that it looks nice, so that your braids can look neat. Well, it looks neat, but within a week or two, that braid, usually most women, the braids that are at the front either fall off, and when these braids fall off, they actually fall off with your hair. And gradually, without even knowing, you begin to notice that your hair starts to recede. It goes backwards. Unfortunately, most women have not, either they don't want to think about it, or they realize it but they don't think it is an issue. Now, the pictures that I've just shared with you on the screen, you know, after taking the pictures of these women, of just the part of their edges, and when they saw it, some were even shocked. They didn't even know that is how bad it was. So these are some of the things that I'll be talking about, and then I will also be giving natural solutions, or how you can go about growing back your edges. Now, for me, really, I'm going to talk about the real cause, like what really, why black women are losing their edges, or why black women are becoming bald, and mainly due to the things that we are doing, the practices that we are doing to our hair. Remember, I said there are other causes, okay? There are other causes of hair loss. Some are not because of the practices, some are related to genetics, but also there are also practices that we do to our hair that really, in the long time, causes balding. The first cause of receding hairlines among black women is as a result of tight braiding. Now, most of us know what I mean by tight braiding. Most of these braids are really tight that on the first day, many women either cannot sleep well because they have headache, and most of them will either look for some painkillers to try and cool down the headache, and others even have to go to the extent of using a hot compress, like get a towel, dip it in hot water, and then try to press along the head so that it can give them some relief. Now, when that happens, we all know the outcome. Your hair follicles, have been pulled, and when they come out, they are damaged. And many times, if you critically look at hair, at braided hair, after 2 weeks, you will definitely see that some hair follicles, they usually look whitish, and that is hair that has been pulled out of the skin. The second reason are the weaves and wigs. Now, there is so much, on wigs and weaves. Some of them are sewn onto the head. Some of them are installed onto the head using glue, especially the ones that are installed on, or the ones that you put on your head using glue. And usually this glue is sprayed along your hairline, and then the wig is attached there. Now, what that simply means is that when the time for the removal comes, definitely as they take it out, it goes with your hair. And I can guarantee you that every time I'm out, out on the streets, or even just walking, I think in every 5 women that I meet, 4 will not have edges. What that simply means is that we are going towards a time when, in the next 20 years, God knows what will happen, to women. If this trend keeps on going on, it's really sad that we are going to have a generation of no edges. Now, I'm briefly going to talk about weaves and wigs. You see, when these things are installed on the head, first and foremost, they block it. The skin has to breathe. Naturally, the skin needs to breathe. And the way they're installed and sewn onto your head, it leaves no room for the skin to breathe. And so your skin suffocates. And many times also, it also depends on where you're living. Now, if you're living in a very hot area, humid areas, it simply means that when it's hot, the heat that is generated on your head, creates a conducive environment for bacteria and fungi to grow. We've all had stories where women have ended up with, so many, issues underneath the wig. And I think there's also a story where a woman actually died because she presented herself to the hospital with high fever, and they spent time looking for what could be the cause. And by the time they actually found out that she had maggots underneath her weave, and that was the cause of her death. So some of these things, really, we need to be very careful. Well, I'm not saying that women should not wear weaves and wigs, but we need to know how to wear them, and we also need to go to professionals. Professional hairdressers will definitely advise you. And seriously, speaking from the context of Uganda, I'm based in Kampala, the capital of Uganda. I still don't understand why hairdressers keep on braiding their client's hair, even seeing that the client has lost, the hairline has already receded at the back. In my opinion, really, these are some of you should be able to advise your client either to take a break or give them options that will help them to grow their edges back, either than keeping on braiding and then the hair keeps on receding. And then the other thing about weaves, the lace front wigs, have actually been associated. They have been linked to cancer. Okay, some studies have linked the lace front wigs to cancer. So that also means that we really have to be, careful on how we adopt some of these things. Reason number 3, another cause is lack of ownership. Now, when I say lack of ownership, I've always talked about this, ownership simply means you're in charge of you. You're in charge of your hair, you're in charge of your body, you're in charge of everything. And honestly speaking, your hair, if you simply give out the responsibility of managing your hair to another person, it doesn't work. It really does not work, And many times, my simple advice is, be your own hair manager. Number 4, relaxers or hair relaxers. These have also been linked to fibroids and really, right now there are so many cases of fibroids, both in young women, young girls, and so it simply means that these chemicals are toxic. They are not really good for us. Now, having said all this, what are some of the solutions that you can have, or what can you do to try and grow back your edges? Now, there's so many solutions out there, and of course some of the things that you can do, depending on how bad your hair loss is. Of course, my first advice would be you should go and see your doctor, because then some of these hair losses are associated with the genetic, with your genes. So you should actually go and see your doctor. But to grow back your edges, there are a number of there are oils in the market that you can use. The very first one that is very effective is Jamaican black castor oil. Jamaican black castor oil is really good. It helps you with the thickening your hair, and it also helps you with the it stimulates hair growth, and your hair will grow. And then aloe vera, natural aloe vera is excellent. It's also one plant that you can use. It's good for your hair. It's good for your skin. It's also good for your scalp. Like if there are any infections, it works as it helps a great deal. And of course, if your scalp is the itchy type, then also aloe vera is quite good. And then also you can integrate onion juice. I know for most of you, the smell of onion, yes, you can find a time to use it, maybe when you wash but if the smell is not uncomfortable for you or unpleasant for you, then you can go ahead and you use it. Then the other remedy that I would also suggest is if you can integrate the use of ginger. Now ginger is anti-inflammatory. It is also good for stimulating hair growth. If you can also integrate that into your hair, like how you apply it to your hair, it is also going to be very helpful to you. And then lastly guys, we all know that the main reason why hair breaks or why hair falls off is because of a lack of moisture. Now you see, when your hair is dry, and I'm really even talking about the edges, you see, when you leave your hair in a very dry state, definitely that part of the hair is going to fall off. So let's get into the habit of giving our hair moisture, and of course, as usual, water is the best moisture. So you see how to integrate these things together. I know people who combine water, ginger, onions, you know, and then like have one mega mixture and then apply this to their edges. Well guys, I hope my tips have I hope my tips for today have been useful. And for those who are visiting my channel for the first time, please subscribe, comment down below, hit on the notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. And for those who have started the natural hair journey, please keep going. It's not easy, but it is worth the wait, it is worth the while, and you will definitely enjoy it. Till then, see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Ciao. Bye bye.